Welcome back to more TV time with MrDarkPhoenix. This is obviously me and my good friend Spider-Man here, and like every week we're going to go through certain shows that I watch and I really like, and I'm going to tell you guys about them, and basically all that, we can have a conversation and all that good stuff. And I can't wait to tell you guys more, so let's get started. Today is the Tommorrow People Episode 2, In Too Deep, because I reviewed the pilot, and I'm going to keep this up for as long as the show is great. And that's probably going to be the whole season and seasons and beyond. And I can't wait for that. So, plans are made, but who do you think is fooling who? Of course, you can have your plans, and you're like, yeah, my plans are going to work. And they're never going to figure it out. But then, what if they're like, I know you're making plans, and I'm going to basically fool you when the time is right. Unless both parties have an equal opportunity to fool the other one when the time is right. But we're not going to know until later on. So, we'll have to wait and see. That's why they have seasons and episodes and mid-season finales and full season finales to, you know, let all the plans come into fruition. Some days powers work out the way you want, and other days they don't work out how you want them to, because that's not how powers that first manifest work. You can't go up to your friends and try and use your powers and think they're gonna work, because they don't. Because why would they work when you want them to? They're only supposed to be combined with high moments of adrenaline when you're supposed to, you know, use them at times of need, not want. Sorry, that's just Powers 101. Science and research play a heavy subject on the show, and it's really good because, you know, you need the science to try and combat or fight what you're trying to deal with, and the research to basically have the smarts to say, hey, we can do this way, or this way, and this, that, and the third. And it all works out because it's going to be really interesting to see how science and research are going to be combined with how to capture the quote-unquote Tommorrow people or anything else like that. Insert Rocky training montage song here as we try to learn to control our powers in different ways and basically get the training for all that. I think that might be one of the plans of one of our characters, to basically have outside training to learn how to control his powers enough, his or her powers, to control them enough to use them more effectively versus just, you know, being out and learning as you go along. Being trained in more proper training sequences and being trained properly has a bigger aspect than just learning as you go. Learning as you go can have its good effects and its bad ones, and I think that's the choice that's made, which is a really smart idea actually. I wouldn't have accounted for that yet, but we can see how that goes from here. Future episodes could introduce, like I mentioned in the first review episode, things like clones or robots that can fight off the Tommorrow people, or mutant-hating things, or master mold, or sentinels or something. But with the sci-fi show, if you've watched sci-fi for as long as I have, your possibilities are literally endless, and you always have something to use, and something's always willing to, you know, interrupt something or go down, so why not have that for the Tommorrow people? Other kids use their powers in different ways. Other characters that are introduced probably throughout the series, I won't say this for this episode, but throughout the series you're probably going to learn of other kids or other people that use their powers for many different reasons. Some may be good and some may be bad, so we have to basically try and stop them or help them as the series goes on. Pretty sure there's going to be some casualties and stuff like that, but it's all going to be worth it once we find the right Tommorrow people to basically use their powers for good and not for evil. To save a stranger or preserve your race is a really big question presented itself in this episode that I caught, because would you want to either save a stranger or would you want to help yourself and your race? Granted, he's one of you, so do you want to basically welcome everybody with open arms and say you have powers, you feel like you're different, I was you, I know all the anger and the teenage angst and all that stuff, so I know where you're coming from, and I would like to help you instead of trying to fight you on this. And that's where the big question comes in. Is one person worth your entire race of people that you just met a episode ago? Literally one episode ago. We're only on episode 2. And the basic quote, you had one job and you ruined it. You just had to do one thing and you just couldn't do that. Trust issues are put through the ringer here in this episode, because we have to have drama, we have to have quote-unquote means of jealousy and all that stuff. So basically we're put through the ringer here with our trust issues, and it's up to future instances and the character development to basically prove whether or not we can trust certain people or not, or whether or not certain people have our best interest at heart, because you've been defending yourselves for so long. Letting someone new that you feel is iffy is going to be really hard because you feel like they can betray you at any minute, and that has to be a really big burden. So can't help but feel bad for the leader of the Morlocks here, because he doesn't know what else to do with himself. And the epic staring contest of epic telepathy, where it was like, I beat you with my telepathy. How did that feel? I'm sorry. I'll try to go easy on you next time. And ending realizations help you realize that you have to balance your social life and your secret life, which is basically all heroes. Basically, well, not heroes, I don't think they're really heroes, quote unquote, but basically you have the man in the mask. You have the man who's outside in public, who basically is, the social person, like the family man or the school person or whatever. Then you have the mask, which is you with the abilities and with the powers, trying to control yourself in everyday situations. And that's something I've always liked about shows like this, where they basically have to play two sides of themselves, which is what the most of us would have to do if you want to try and balance everything out between your friends and your family and your new friends and family that are like you, and your friends that love you for who you are, hopefully, if they know everything. But how much can you plan and endure before the plans start to basically hit the fan? Plans are brewing, situations are coming, and basically what it looks like is we're in for a really bumpy teleportation ride in this show, because it's really going to be great about how everything happens, and I can't wait for more. This has been episode 2 of the Tommorrow People, In Too Deep. And stay tuned next week when I bring you more for the Tommorrow People. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. And don't forget to leave a comment down below about anything else you'd like to watch me review, or anything else you should watch on TV, and all that good stuff. And if anything, don't forget to talk to me about it. All my links will be in the down below. Don't forget to always geek out and enjoy your lives. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in more TV time next week.